suburban couple, or at least, that's what the neighbors in the cul-de-sac thought. My husband, Brandon, had this thing. He didn't just get annoyed, he went nuclear. It started small. If the coffee was too cold, he'd accidentally knock the mug off the counter. Oops. By our first anniversary, the accidents were a daily ritual. If I didn't fold his gym shorts the right way, he'd dump the entire hamper into the backyard pool. When I cried, his mother, Brenda, would just sip her iced tea and say, "Oh honey, that's just his competitive spirit. Men are just big kids with bigger toys." The night I finally snapped, we were hosting a dinner party. Brandon couldn't find his favorite steak knife, so he flipped the entire charcuterie board. Prosciutto and expensive brie went flying across my new white rug. Brandon just stood there, huffing, waiting for me to apologize for losing his knife. But I didn't apologize. Instead, I walked over to his precious, custom-built wine rack, and I tipped it. The sound of 12 bottles of vintage Cabernet shattering on the hardwood was glorious. Brandon's face turned a shade of purple I didn't know existed. He screamed that I was crazy, but I just smiled, grabbed a handful of brie from the rug, and said, "I guess I'm just feeling a little competitive tonight, too." For a month, it was a total war zone. He'd hide my car keys, so I'd cancel his high-speed internet during his important fantasy football draft. He'd forget to feed my plants, so I'd forget to pay the registration on his truck. We were two adults, living in a $500,000 house, behaving like toddlers in a sandbox. It took a literal cease and desist from our war for us to realize we weren't winning. We were just burning the house down around us. We're in therapy now, separately, because matching crazy doesn't make you strong, it just makes you part of the wreckage. Trust me, if you have to start throwing rocks just to be heard, you're already standing in a house of glass.